Asian stereotypes. Asian stereotypes. Asian stereotypes. Hey everyone, my name is Cường, but lots of my friends simply call me Lam, which is my family name, because it is easier to pronounce, and I'm Vietnamese. Welcome to my channel. Well, as an Asian, I'm interested in discovering how Asian people and culture are represented in the media. According to my observation, Asians are somehow misrepresented in the media due to one thing called stereotype. I personally have been making videos about Asian stereotypes, which you guys can find them here. You guys might all know about stereotypes, but have you ever wondered where do they come from? What are the effects? Why do they still exist? And what can be done to undermine them? Let's go and find out. Well, because this is going to be a really short video and I cannot cover everything about the topic, I will only focus on one case study of East Asian stereotypes in American movies. Again, this is a really small project, so I will only focus on what I consider the two most typical stereotypes. First of all, the nerd. There are lots of examples of Asian nerds, geeks, mathematics experts on American movies. For example, Long Duck Dong in 16 Candles, an old movie back in 1984. Dong is a nerd who stays with his mother his whole life, lack of social skills, and don't know how to get along with girls.
What's happening, hot stuff?
For a more recent example, we have Ted Chiang in The Big Short, a movie in 2015.
My quantitative, my math specialist, look at him. You notice anything different about him? Look at his face.
That's pretty racist.
Look at his eyes. I'll give you a hint. His name's Yang. He won a national math competition in China. He doesn't even speak English.
What? Really?
Actually, my name's Jiang, and I do speak English. Jared likes to say I don't because he thinks it makes me seem more authentic.
Okay, so it's not true 100%, but Jiang cannot tell the truth himself. Crap. And we even have an Asian nerd tribe in Mean Girls.
Now, where you sit in the cafeteria is crucial because you got everybody there. You got your freshmen, ROTC guys, preps, JV jocks, Asian nerds.
That's so racist. Another stereotype? Let me introduce you the Kung Fu Master, who are always cold, serious, and ferocious. Examples? We have Donnie, Bruce Lee. What? Bruce Lee? I know Bruce Lee is a really charming and funny guy off the screen. But this is what he's portrayed on the screen. And this stereotype is sometimes presented indirectly.
China, Mom, everybody knows Kung Fu.
Come on, Dre. So, where do they come from? I did a bit of research and I found a really clear and sensible explanation about East Asian stereotypes from author Min Ho in his PhD thesis, Media Representation of Asian Americans and Asian Native New Yorkers Hybrid Persona. He stated that East Asian community have long been battled with model minority perception, which can be explained as a minority group considered achieving a higher degree of social economic success than the population average. So people consider that Asians might have to study all the time to achieve high social economic success, which creates the nerd stereotype. And Asians are a minority in a big community, so they must possess something the majority do not have. That might be Kung Fu, which leads to the Kung Fu stereotype. So, what are the effects of these stereotypes? I did some more research and I found great source about the effects of stereotypes on Asian people from two authors, Liu and Iwamoto. The impact of racial identity, ethnic identity, Asian values, and race-related threats on Asian Americans and Asian international college students' psychological well-being. Those are pretty long titles. So first of all, the nerd stereotype affects Asian people in the workplace. In particular, East Asians are not highly recognized in fields that require communication and social skills and creativity. Instead, they are oriented into jobs that require calculating or dealing with figures. Secondly, the Kung Fu Master stereotype affects how Asian men are perceived in terms of characteristics. In particular, they are perceived to be emotionalist, tough, rigid, and not romantic. This influences East Asian men in forming relationships with women. Okay, we know about stereotypes' origin and their effects, but why do they still exist? I did a bit of research and I found several factors contributing to the problem, but I only pick out one thing that I consider really interesting, which is whitewashing, which means why actors and actresses are cast to play these Asian characters. Examples of these are Goku, played by Justin Chatwin in Dragon Ball, Scarlett Johansson in Ghost of the Shell, or Mickey Rooney in Breakfast at Tiffany's, playing Mr. Yunioshi. Well, a reason for Mr. Yunioshi played by Mickey Rooney could be there were hardly any Asian American actors at the time, but the way Mr. Yunioshi was portrayed in the movie was kind of exaggerated, which made him a fool, and lots of people found this really offensive.
I am definitely this time going to call in the police.
Well, that's more better.
This phenomenon leads to the Americanization of East Asian culture in the media, in which East Asian images are remade in a more American or Western style. Whitewashing or Westernization or Americanization of East Asian culture in this case can reduce the richness of Asian culture, make it difficult for East Asian people to find their identity, and reinforce stereotypes. So, what can be done to undermine stereotypes? In an article called Undermining Social Stereotypes, Impact of Affect Relevant and Behavior Relevant Information, written by Ardit Assange and Diane, hopefully I pronounced it correctly, it stated that by presenting information about a particular group that is inconsistent with people's beliefs about that group, their willingness to apply stereotypes are undermined. It sounds kind of simple, right? But is it simple to put into practice? Let's take a look at some examples. First of all, there are several cases when we see East Asian characters are built against moral minority. Let's look at Glenn Dre in The Walking Dead. In his book Big Little Man Finding My Asian Self, author Alex Tyson, who is a Filipino-American, stated that Glenn is an emotional, intelligent, and brave East Asian character that breaks out the old modes, that's busts through the old stereotypes, but only in moments. Moreover, Glenn is neither a doctor or a math expert, but just a pizza delivery boy instead. Another example is Owen Kim, played by Asian-Canadian actor Hayden Zeta in The Edge of 17. Shout out to my friend Caden for this wonderful suggestion. In the movie, Owen is featured in a student romance just like any other teenager's movie, and he's just like any other characters, besides the fact that he is Asian.
But I already figured out how great you are. And you're so fucking great. You're like the best person I know.
Well, thank you. Thanks a lot. But that's not only the end of the movie. So here you go, guys. Both Glenn and Erwin are great examples of how East Asian characters are portrayed inconsistently with the nerd stereotype. About the Kung Fu Master stereotype, we have the legendary Jackie Chan in the series Rush Hour, playing Officer Lee, another Lee, but not serious. He is Asian. Yes. He's a martial arts expert. Yes. He is serious, cold, and ferocious? No.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
I'm policeman. I'm just showing him how to take a gun from a suspect.
Instead, he is really funny, emotional, and sometimes silly acting character. He had something similar to the stereotype, but something different. Therefore, audience can understand that beside what they think Asian characters should have, they also possess other characteristics as well. And that is another way to fight against moral minority and undermine Asian stereotypes. Finally, in order to fight against whitewashing, simply let Asian actors and actresses play Asian characters. An example is the movie Memoirs of a Geisha about Japanese geisha culture. It is a Hollywood movie directed by Rob Marshall, a Western director, but it was filmed in Japan and the whole main cast are either Asians or Asian Americans. And it was successful indeed, getting both the Academy and the Golden Globe Awards. So here goes, guys, we have covered quite a few things. We know about East Asian stereotypes, what they are, where they come from, their effects, and why they still exist in the media. And we also know some possible ways to undermine them. I hope you guys understand more about the topic and enjoy my video. If it was unclear or wrong at any point, or if you guys want to talk more about this, just let me know by commenting down below in the comment section, or message me through my Facebook page or my email, which you can find in the description. Check out my page for Asian Lies, subscribe to this channel for more videos, and that's it. Until next time.